Welcome back guys to Man Auto Reacts. And in this video, as you can see on your screen, there are two leftists and Michael Knowles debating them. Now, this is an interesting kind of format of debate because it's not just these people engaging with each other, but also the audience gets a chance to say something. Matter of fact, the audience selects the topic that these three people will be discussing with each other. And the debate is really interesting. So let's start the video without wasting any time from now.
Let's get into it. Sassy ladies first.
Okay, the big beautiful bill is the ugliest piece of legislation written for the American people.
Okay, Adam.
Trump is putting Russia first before America first when it comes to the Ukraine war. He's putting Russia first, yep.
Okay.
Nope, you guys can boo all you want, it's true.
Okay.
Yep.
My topic is the only problem with Trump's deportations is we need more of them.
This feels a little bit skewed.
It seems a little bit all done. I
Go
thought
for it.
Nashville was a blue city. I don't know. The whole country's turned red, though. Mr. Davies, who won?
Looks like the people want more deportations.
They want more
They want more
deportations.
deportations.
Let's hear it, Michael.
All right. The deportations have been great thus far. We've gotten rid of lots of criminals. We've gotten rid of lots of face-tattooed, Satan-worshipping gangsters. I think it's all really good. We have cut crossings over the border down to basically nothing. In May, it was literally nothing, not one man apprehended. Historic lows since then. So that's all been great. Self-deportations have been even better. 2.1 million immigrants have deported foreign-born in just the last 7 months. 1.6 million of them illegal. That's 10% probably of the illegal alien average. The only problem is if we want to improve our crime statistics, if we want to improve safety, and if we want to improve drains on our public welfare systems, we need to deport more. No, you say no. Why?
Am I kind of start?
I'll go.
I say ladies first.
Yeah, I'll
Yes.
go. Okay, so here's the thing with the deportations is that you look at it through three different lenses. The first lens you could look at it through is the money lens, right? The billionaire lens, where they pay $89 billion in taxes while Tesla and Amazon pay zero. So we're
That's not true, just so you know, that's not true.
going to toss out 89 billion, but we don't know what, and then the second lens you could look at it through is, oh, they're all criminals. But in reality, a study done by the Justice Department in 2021 showed us that American-born citizens are 10 times more likely to be incarcerated for a weapons charge, 5 times more likely for violent crime, 2 times more likely for drug offenses, and 2 times more likely for property crime over documented and undocumented immigrants. And it's because when they come here, they have more to lose than we do. I'd rather have people here that are willing to cross thousands of miles with just the clothes on their back because they really want to be here. And we've seen our GDP has crashed into the negative. All these farm jobs that you guys all say, oh, I'm going to go, they took our job. They're empty. Why is no one taking them? What's going on?
Okay, Adam, do you agree?
I have my own framing that I want to approach this with. Do you want to respond or can I go?
Sure. So you mentioned that the non-illegals, the citizens commit far higher crime. That's a little strange because when you look at the federal docket for just 2024, almost 1/3 of cases on the federal docket are non-citizens. That's much, much higher than their share of the population, which is in the single digits. Probably about 5% for illegal aliens alone. Then if you look at the prison population, BOP, 15% of inmates are non-citizens, much, much higher than their share of the population, which is 4%. Then if you look at just the costs to the cities, I can go to New York, my old hometown. The New York comptroller showed that they were spending $1.5 billion in 2023 on the illegal aliens who were there. That number doubled the following year, 2024, to $3 billion. It's over $3 billion this year. So when you say this is a net positive for the economy, they're contributing so much more than the billionaires. When you say they're no good for crime, I don't know. I look at the numbers out of New York. I look at the numbers out of the CBO. I look at the numbers out of the National Academies of Science, and I say they're all contradicting you.
No, your study, I don't ever trust your statistics.
Can I hop in real quick?
Then you can't have a conversation. If you can't really agree on anything, then you can't. If you can't agree on facts, you can't have a conversation.
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach when it comes to this. I want to start off with the fundamental idea. Everybody in here agrees that if somebody is here illegally and they commit crimes, get them the out of here, right?
Yes.
Get them the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Look how we just pushed the window instead of something that people. So instead, people agree that anyone who enters any country illegally should be deported back, right? That's simple. But instead of saying that, he pushed just a little forward, which most people would just be okay with, saying, well, if you come here illegally and you commit a crime. He didn't add that as, he didn't just said it differently. He said it combined, these two things. He combined illegal with crime so that he could make an argument and say, well, everyone who comes here illegally should not be deported back. Only people who come here illegally and commits a crime should be the one who goes back, which is not good. Okay.
If somebody is here, listen.
I would
Yeah,
have
did
let
you
them
just
go.
hear
No,
what
not
you
all
said
of
if they're
them.
here
No,
illegally?
No, not all
wait,
of them.
You said if they're here
Michael,
illegally.
Not all of them.
Michael, is there a difference between a civil and a criminal violation?
Well,
Wait, is crossing the border illegally a civil or a criminal
it
violation?
depends on the case, but it can be a civil
It
violation.
can be a civil
but if
violation,
if
so
it's
it's
a
not
repeat
inherently
violation,
illegal. So can I just...
Just so you know, it's most likely to be a criminal violation than to be a civil violation. So that's why Michael Knowles said it can be a civil violation.
it can be a civil
Okay, so let's
violation.
all start off with the fundamental idea
But
that
it's
if
still
somebody
illegal.
is
It's
here
still illegal,
illegally,
right?
no, it's not. It is a civil violation.
Well,
it is not a criminal.
What
they
does
just called
illegal
them
mean?
Criminals.
What does illegal
No, they
refer
just
to? It
called
refers
them
to the law.
criminals. Okay, so let me just get into this. I can start with the fundamental idea that if somebody is here illegally and they commit crimes, they should be sent to another country's prison. And I'm a libtard. By all standards, I'm a libtard, and I believe that. But that is not what the Trump administration is prioritizing. They have reallocated funds meant for the deportation of criminals towards the deportation of farm workers, the deportation of people going to the courthouse. Trump made a True Social post. Listen, Trump made a True Social post where he said, all the great farmers of Iowa just called me and said, I'm deporting too many of their... Did that happen? Did he make that True Social post?
Yeah, unfortunately, he
He
stopped
did
deporting
make
them,
that
but
True
he should
Social
have
post.
continued deporting
So
them.
your issue right here is that you always say liberals are taking these 80-20 positions, and you're not quite there, but you're getting closer to the 80-20 position than we
No,
are.
it's not.
70% of Americans want a legal pathway for people who are here contributing to the country. And what Donald Trump is doing, one more point, what Donald Trump is doing is criminalizing asylum en masse and prioritizing the deportation of farm workers and other
Asylum,
people.
Adam. Most of the illegals are asylum seekers, or are they economic
Wait, no,
migrants?
wait,
Which
listen,
are
wait,
they?
listen to what
Come
you just
on.
said.
Yeah.
Most of the illegals are
Are
asylum
asylum
seekers.
seekers.
Asylum seeking is not illegal,
No,
Michael.
it's not.
Wow, gotcha. He made a mistake with a word, and you got him with that. Wow.
Is
No,
asylum
that's
seeking
what I'm
illegal?
asking.
That's a pathway.
Oh, sorry then.
The people that we would call illegal aliens, non-citizens in the United States who aren't on a green card, who are not here on a visa, are most of them
What
asylum
percent of the-
seekers, or are they economic
What
migrants?
percent of the people deported?
You're not going to answer that question because you know the answer.
Wait, no. What percent of the people deported have had criminal violations? It's only 30 to 40%.
Yeah.
It doesn't
So
matter.
60% of the people deported have no criminal violation.
It does. He's just pushing the logic to its extreme, and he's saying, only the people who commit crimes, once they already committed a crime by entering the country, then they should be, deported, which is totally wrong. If you enter what about the people who take the legal way? You just forget that. What about the people who pay like thousands of dollars to get into the country? They have to pay for a flight. They have to pay for so many things to just go through the legal process and then wait for months. And then someone just enters illegally, and you're like, well, that's fine. You just can't do like can't. I don't know how, but like, how can anyone support this?
Guys,
They're not rounding up.
can I
just
test the
criminals.
audience? Can I test you guys? If somebody comes over here and seeks asylum, and what they try to do is build a better life, build a family, and they're working on a farm, do you guys think there should be a path to citizenship to become an American? That is the antithesis of what America stands for. You guys are anti-American then.
Yeah, you are.
You are anti-American.
Can you imagine going to a Nashville bar, talking to great patriots, and saying you're anti-American? That's the craziest thing
America
I ever
was
heard.
built off of immigration.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Wait, that's totally false. America wasn't built off of immigrants. Now, of course, immigrants contributed to U.S. growth a lot, but you cannot say it's like black people say America was built off of black people's strength and whatever they say, and then immigrants say America was built off of immigrants' strength. Well, I think these two people should just fight and decide which one is real. Was it black people? Was it immigrants? Or was it white people? Or was it just hardworking Americans who wanted best for their children, who worked their hardest? I don't know what. You guys can decide that.
I
Oh,
don't,
Adam, you can
Right
finish your
here.
point. Then we got some questions.
Right here.
Okay.
Okay. Americans will work every single job. They just want to be paid a wage that's worth it and treated well. The only reason, let me talk. The only reason that we have illegal immigration and so much legal immigration is because The corporate lobby wants cheap labor, and they can treat their workers like shit.
He's right.
Hey, hold on. I
Absolutely
want to
right.
make a correction. The other reason is that Democrats want a permanent electoral majority.
Correct.
That's the other reason.
They want an electorate where they do not have to campaign. They don't need good ideas. They will just win every single election because of the people they imported.
That's funny
So,
because
okay, no, my
Latinos
qu-
went red.
No,
Latinos went closer to being red this election, so
Okay,
it's kind
but
of funny.
do you think that once we deport everyone, that suddenly Congress is going to raise minimum wage?
It's not about the
they're
minimum
not.
wage. It's
will
about
do that.
labor
No, and
economics.
also you
Wages
should be
go up
blaming
when there are
the
less people to do
corporate
the job.
men who are taking
Wages will go up when
advantage
there's less
and
people to do the
exploiting
job.
them.
Do you see how they push so far away and try to make people feel bad or guilt trip about their argument? So the person just says, well, she says, well, if you just remove all the, these illegal people, illegal aliens, is it gonna like instantly gonna change the country, or the people who get money, is it gonna increase your wage or income, whatever she said? Of course, no, but it's gonna affect a lot on especially people who are dying because they can't get into emergency healthcare in hospital because there was some illegal. It's just a rare case, an extreme example, to be honest. Let me give you a better example. For example, Section 8 housing. Now, it turns out Section 8 housing was giving people who are not a part of this country and who's not even asylum seeker, they're undocumented, unvetted citizens of another nation, into the US, and they were getting houses. I read the article, and they were getting houses. And now Scott Turner, who's the current head of this, I don't know what the department would be called. I'm sorry, I forgot the department name. And now he's just removing these people who are not. They shouldn't be getting free houses just because they are in the country. So someone who was in need, some veteran there's so many veterans are homeless, they could have gotten the house, but no, these illegal immigrants were getting the houses. So yeah, it's gonna change many things across the board. It's gonna help so many Americans to get better and to get on their feet back. And isn't what you should be doing as a government, instead of helping other countries' citizens that came into your country illegally by breaking the law? Right? It's so dumb when you really think about it.
That guy is seriously vying for a VIP table spot at Mayflower.
you-
Wait.
No, I'm going to say something. No, I want to say one more thing.
go?
Okay, I want to say one more thing right now. So this whole mass deportation thing, first off, they're not going to raise minimum wage for you because everyone's
I'm not
gone.
asking you to do that.
And you
I'm not
should-
asking
the
you to do
corporate
that.
I think what he's saying is because
It's not
there-
about the minimum wage.
Right, because there are
But-
pressures on the labor market when you flood it with,
Correct.
local.
I'm a
So
contractor.
you should blame the
I'm a
men at the top
contractor.
who are hiring and exploiting them. That's
Because
why.
they're available. That's
Also,
the market.
this
That's
whole
the
mass
market.
deportation thing, just so everyone knows, it is all to fuel the racism in this country.
No, it's
when
not.
in reality,
What? Mass deportation is to fuel what, racism? No. To be honest, no. I don't think any border patrol agent really thinks that they are deporting these people because they happen to be someone, let's just say, who has a different color or who has a different ethnicity. I don't think they think that. I just think they think, well, he broke the law, he should be sent back. Simple.
No, it's not.
When in
it's not.
reality, stop. In reality, the only color that matters in this country is green. Are you green enough? And 99% of us are not. So you're not going to get a pass unless you could pay for it.
No, but yeah, but all,
Money.
But to our earlier point, if that were true, though, Ceci, the illegal aliens are a drain on resources at the state
Yep.
and local
They're
level.
not.
So
They're not.
They're not.
They're
No.
not.
according to
Can I hop in?
according
Yes,
to
they
the
are. They
CBO,
take more than they
are.
put in.
Congressional
They're
Budget
not.
Office.
Oh, the CBO that you guys don't trust when it's convenient for you?
But also according
Wait,
to the
do you
National
trust the
Academies
CBO
of
on the
Science.
big beautiful bill?
Well, I certainly trust it more than Adam Mockler. Do you believe the?
You see how the moment he actually stated a fact, as when Michael Knowles stated a fact, he instantly switched his position from actually, looking at the fact and explaining if he agrees with it or disagrees with it, to now just mocking his view. Like, there are many conservatives that don't agree with CBO's budget and all their, whatever CBO office releases, okay? So yeah, whatever the statement they releases about data, many people don't agree with it, especially on the Republican side. That's okay. You're talking to Michael Knowles. You shouldn't put the whole Republican perspective onto him. How about you're in front of him? Just ask him, do you agree with CBO's data? Do you not? Instead of just assuming, instead of just assuming and putting things on him that is or is not true. You don't know about that.
CBO or no?
Listen, if we enacted the mass deportation that Donald Trump wants, over the next decade, $900 billion would increase the deficit, 3.3% of
Who
our
pays for
GDP
their
would be hopped
insurance?
off. Okay, wait.
Who pays for their health care?
Wait, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Would you be okay with people being here, immigrating here?
Probably not. No.
Listen,
Probably not.
Can I ask you
Probably
what?
not.
That was a
so
good
you're
answer,
just
to be honest.
un-American.
Wait, I just want to
So
ask
you're just
can I-
un-American.
Wait, but
I
can
wasn't
I
born
just
here.
want to
I wasn't
ask
even
the
born here.
audience.
No,
You
I don't
weren't
want-
born here?
No.
And you don't want people to immigrate here?
Because we have more than enough.
Yeah, we
That
got
is
more than
pulling
Oh,
away
more
dude,
than enough.
You know what? You
Are
should
you
get out
gay
of
and you
my
hate
country.
gay people too?
It's my country
You weren't
too.
born here,
That doesn't matter.
right? That's the
Wait,
mindset.
guys.
No, it's not. I want to do what's
I don't
best
see
for
any
That's the
Americans here
contradiction
mindset,
today now.
and you're not from here.
That's okay.
You're a hypocrite. You're a
Okay.
hypocrite.
It does not make you a hypocrite if you immigrate to a country, okay, and you immigrate legally, and now you see way too many people entering the country and disturbing the whole infrastructure, the economic structure that was set for the people and the population that you had before, and now you are like getting like US would turn into Canada if that happened. Like people who look like me. You know what? I'm gonna get hate for this, but I'm just gonna say it. Like people who look like me. If not even people who look like me, like random people from the planet, like people from Africa, people from Europe, no matter who came, no matter who comes to your country, if someone just like barges into your house and like it's 20, 30 people, you won't be able to manage that with a one-man salary or two people's salary, right? It's going to take you some time to adjust to that. And you're going to have to build the infrastructure for those people. And you already overwhelm your healthcare system. You already are your systems are already overwhelmed by your own population. You cannot handle these people. So please don't let them enter the country. That should be the argument. And about the immigration thing, as for someone like me, I always say this. I think I will always be pro-immigration. At least in my perspective. It could be a bias. You could say whatever you want. But I think pro-skilled immigration is always going to be good. People who really know their stuff. People who really, let's just say there's some scientist in some country like Germany, and Germany is known for good scientists. Let's just say he's not getting paid enough there, and some company in US wants their talent to be in US and work here. They could pay him money and bring him here, and it's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. That's being pro-skilled immigration, and that's good. That's what I'm for, and that's what I think most people are for.
I don't think it's hypocritical to come to a
It's
country
100%
and then say,
hypocritical.
we
I don't know.
shouldn't
That no
flood it
one
with
else is
foreigners.
allowed after
I don't really
me.
want this guy in my country. I don't know.
I do. I want to elect that
Nah,
guy
I
to,
think you
I don't know,
gotta go.
Senate or something. I definitely want that
You're
guy.
also a little brown.
Jesus.
You say he looks brown?
What? Wait, did she said that as an insult? Like being brown is like bad? But you're also a little brown. What do you mean? God, I don't know why no one caught her for saying that.
That's what they're doing. If you look the wrong skin color, if you have the wrong tattoos, they're just picking you up.
That's her save for the things that she said was literally racist thing, right? I don't know how no one caught that.
All right, do we have
That's
another
it.
question back there?
Wait, I have a question. Are you guys okay with ICE racially profiling?
Oh, so we got a bunch of racists in the audience.
Wow. So, yeah, very nice. Going to a bar, that's a debate in a bar. People are drinking, they're drunk, and you ask them a question. They're most likely going to say yes. And you're like, caught him. I got him. Gotcha. Well then, congratulations, Adam. You got them. You got them in a bar being drunk. Nice.
Well, hold on. If
Are
you're
you
go-
okay
if
with ICE racially profiling?
I think if ICE
Come
is
on, man.
confronted with a little Norwegian grandma and a guy named Jose who doesn't speak a lick of English and either trying to pick up illegals, probably go for Jose, right?
That's not
I think-
what
Right.
the racial
Is that
profiling
racial
that they're
profile?
doing.
Technically, that's probably
That's
racial
not what
profiling.
I'm talking about. You can go to
What are
an
you
extreme
talking
example.
about? I
but-
said you got a Norwegian and a Hispanic. You're picking up illegal
So
aliens.
you're
Who are
picking
you
the
gonna look
white
at?
person is what you're doing.
I would not pick the white person because
You
she
just said
didn't.
no.
She
You're
didn't come
hopping
here
to the
illegally.
most extreme example, but do you think you should be able to go somewhere and if there's a group of people speaking Spanish, you should be able to directly target them due to the Spanish that they're speaking,
Well,
due to the
speaking
race?
speaking
due
Spanish
to their
is not a race.
I'm just talking about the profiling.
Plenty
that
of
they
white
do.
people speak Spanish.
I'm
Even
talking
black
about the-
people do too.
They are
So that's not a race.
profiling people
That's-
based on their language, their skin color, and things. That's what I'm saying. And are you
but
guys
hold on, that's different, Adam. This is a very important point. You're saying should we profile people based on strictly one criterion? And I would say probably not. That's probably a broad brush.
But they think we should.
Hold on, but
The audience
hold
thinks we
on,
should.
but
So you
what
disagree
if-
with your own.
What does he mean by audience thinks we should? These people are drunk. They're having fun times, and it's a bar, Adam. Take it easy. It's not a debate club where people are ready to debate you. It's a bar. It's a new type of format. You need to anybody could anybody could understand this, I guess. I hope you guys are understanding this instead of I hope you guys are not libtards.
No. You just said.
Wait, should be racial
Hold on,
profile.
Hold on. But what you just said was race, speaking a foreign
That's what
language
they're doing.
in an enclave that's segregated from the mainstream community, speaking in their own way. Well, now you got like 5 different touch points. Yes, I would
Okay,
say Tom
here's
Homan, round him up.
Here's the problem. The Trump administration has admitted they have done illegal deportations. When they brought back Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia.
Kilmar Abrego, give me a break.
Oh
He's
my
a gangster from Maryland. The Democrat
Wait.
Senator Chris Van Hollen, love of his life.
Wait a minute. If he's
Yes.
a gangster, why did the Trump administration bring him back?
He's being prosecuted right now in the United
Why
States.
did they bring him back?
Because some 2-bit federal judge made him do it, so now he's being prosecuted here.
Why would they agree if it was just Trump always disagrees with judges? Why
Because-
would he bring him back? It's
Because Trump's not a tyrant like you people always say that he is. He
Yeah.
follows the law, he listens to the courts, and he works within the system.
I don't know how liberals say that Trump like is an authoritarian dictator, but also at the same time, Trump have to literally like Trump signs executive orders for doing good to Americans, and turns out that these federal judges, blocks a lot of his his executive orders, and then you have to fight in court to you have to appeal that decision in court, and guess what happens? If he wins, then his executive orders follows through. So by any means, even if you say he's a dictator, he's not a good dictator at all, because you have to follow the law. Man, he's such a bad dictator.
Applause. Okay, now, who was the VIP in that round? Do we even have to ask? Is that our future senator, Mr. Not Born Here, American? Where's he at? Sir, you get to go to the VIP table.
It was a good
Great
debate.
to see you. Paolo, that's a good name. Is that a
That's a good debate. The debate was really interesting. I think if these people, instead of the way they use their cheap tricks, instead of using those, they could have just, really made the points that they were making, it would have been far more, let's just say, productive, because then they have to move forward with a really stronger argument instead of the cheap tactics that they used in the debate. Man, it was an interesting debate, and if you guys liked my breakdown, like and subscribe to the channel so that you can see more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care everyone, and bye-bye.